Good morning, everyone. We are pre-impact. We're having an impact event this weekend, actually starting tomorrow, starting a little early because we got some doctors coming in today. They're bringing their staff. They're going to be in this afternoon. And I wanted to recap something that I spoke with a good friend and mentor of mine, Dr. Fred DiDomenico from Elite Coaching. I spoke with him yesterday. I'm going to have that released soon. I'll put that into a podcast, I'm sure. We had a really cool interview. But something that he was pointing out, which I'll tell you in just a second, something he was pointing out was really cool, and I wanted to share it, and I think it'll be impactful for you. It's about fulfilling basic human needs. But real quick, if you haven't already, grab a copy of my book, Move Well Secrets. You can grab it for free. Just cover shipping. Go to book.movenowyou.com and we'll send it out to you. So grab it while we still have some of those for free that we're doing. And what is it we do? If you're listening to this for the first time and you're like, what the heck is this Move Now University? What do they do anyway? Well, I tried to distill it down into a one-liner, and what we came up with is we help teach chiropractors how to integrate their practice with functional movement in 90 days. Cool? How cool is that? Why would you want to do that? You'd want to get better results. That's got to be your first thing. You want to get better results. You want to do something more clinically for your patient. You want to have something cool, new, and fun to do in practice where you can feel more like a clinician again instead of being on cruise control. Maybe you've thought about or you've been dabbling in what is it I need to do to add to my services, and you're thinking about things like a medical integration. I would say, no, don't do it. Or you're thinking like, what's the fancy, $10,000, $15,000 machine or tool I can buy and go that route, sell that to my patients as a service. I would say, no, don't do it. I would say, learn some protocols, improve your clinical skill, and look at something that's congruent with chiropractic and really helps our patients attain lifelong wellness, which is they have to learn how to move properly. So functional movement is a natural progression. You got the segment down, maybe you're doing postural correction, you got to add movement. So now I talked with Dr. Fred DiDomenico yesterday. I have this on a stand and it's shaking because I'm in my truck and it's vibrating and I'm focusing on the road, and I'm hoping this is not too shaky for you. You're probably listening to this on a podcast form, so you're just hearing the audio. Hopefully the sound of my diesel truck isn't too loud in the background. But here's the conversation I had with Dr. Fred yesterday, and it was a cool conversation, and he was pointing some stuff out that he definitely phrases it a lot more eloquently than I ever have as far as like why we do what we do in our systems. But I was talking to him and really talking to his audience about our 12-week transformation, of how what we do is not just teach chiropractors how to put in some clinical knowledge, but we have a bunch of systems behind it, and the systems is not just how do you do this on day 1 and day 2 and day 3. It's that too, but it's even further, it's even bigger, it's deeper. And what it is that we have figured out a way to take corrective exercise and functional movement and really get people motivated and have them buy into this culture. And I'm saying buy in the best words possible, not to take away from what it is. I mean, it's, believing, living, striving, wanting to be part of this culture, and then giving them significance and rewarding them and having them be competitive and have them ascend through a process, which is our belt system of functional movement, where our patients start as a white belt and they move up. You can see I'm wearing my black belt here. They move up through the ranks of this belt system. And so I was going through this with Fred yesterday, and I've already showed him all this before behind the scenes, so he's aware of these systems that we have these boards up on the wall with belts underneath them with patient's first name, last initial. And when I was showing him this, that triggered him to go off on a tangent a little bit. It was an awesome tangent. And he's like, Todd, I'm not sure if you understand what you've created here, but there's 6 basic human needs. I could not name them right now. Okay, so I need to look this up. If you know the 6 basic human needs, put them in the comment section below, please. But 6 basic human needs, and then he went through and started naming them and listed how 5 of the 6 are being completely satisfied with our systems, primarily our belt system of functional movement, our 12-week transformation. And so he's going through and spelling it out, and he said, Todd, whether you're aware of it or not, or you know it or not, that's why this has been so successful, is because you are fulfilling these basic human needs. And that's why people have this big why of why they want to stick with this, why they want to do care, because patients aren't coming in and starting care with you and paying you for care because of their low back pain. They're not even paying for the care to just get out of low back pain so they can do the things that they enjoy to do. They should be, and this is like the next level, higher level, they are paying for, or they are committing to a transformation. They are in this to get to the point where it's the new them in 12 weeks, right? That's what they're committed to, is transforming their life and becoming that person that you've shown them that they can become. And then they will be internally motivated. They're part of the tribe. They're part of the process. And they will be compliant. And those are not the people that you have to babysit. And you have to say, why did you miss your appointment today? Should we recap why this is so important for you and why you started doing this to begin with? And you know, there's lots of patients that need to be picked up like that periodically, but once you can ignite that thing that really internally motivates them, they are on fire and there is no stopping them. For example, I've had several patients in the last few days that they have come to the end of their first phase of care, meaning we do all the comparative objective measures. We remeasure, we take new x-ray, we remeasure x-ray for curve change, posture change. We take new digital posture pictures, obviously, which we've done a few times. We do a new functional movement assessment, so we have a objective score out of 46 points to see where they're at, have they improved. We also look at the belt system. How far have they come through the belt system? What protocols might still be existing that they need to conquer to get to that next belt? Are they almost there to the next belt? And then we look at their original goals, because we map out their goals originally of what we were shooting for as far as belt level, curve change, activities, all those things. So this is a pretty pivotal moment, and then all of this is put into a really nice visual package called the Wellness Score, which we use from Cash Practice, where we can take all the parameters, which are the different things that we measure, and we can plot them out on a single page that they can see, and they can see, here's all the categories or parameters of where I was at with my curve and my movement. And there's actually 21 different parameters that we track inside of our own custom wellness score, which is also going to be shareable through other Cash Practice members. So thank you to Miles Bodson and Holly. They are putting this together so this could be inside of Cash Practice so that other Move Now members can just pull up exactly how we do it. I'm in the process of making training videos on all the parameters so everyone will understand how we grade these parameters, how we fill out the wellness score. But this is a really powerful tool because it shows them where they're at, and then it shows them where they're at now. And a lot of these patients might start at like a D, like a 60-something%. And if they work their butts off, they can get up to like a B in 12 weeks. Some people don't work as hard and they maybe just budget a little bit, like they started at a D and they get to like a C-. And then that's their motivation to say, yep, I went through this. I learned a lot. Yes, I'm still happy I made some progress, but I understand if I would have done X, Y, and Z, I would have made more progress. I'm ready to work harder now moving forward on their second phase of care. So it's a very powerful tool. It's called the Wellness Score. It's another piece that plays into fulfilling these 6 basic human needs, which Fred said yesterday, 5 of them we got handled with our 12-week transformation and belt system. And I just wanted to share that with you, is that if in your practice, if you don't have a way of creating significance for a patient, acknowledging them, rewarding them, making it a ascension type of model, having them become inspired within, having them see something bigger, have a bigger goal that they're striving towards. If you don't have that, you're missing out. That's why it's like pushing a boulder uphill, trying to get patients to commit or stay on track, because either you don't have those systems, or you have the systems and you and your team haven't executed it properly as far as getting patients engaged. I'll tell you, there's times in our clinic, if we're in a transition between training staff or whatever, and there's a couple systems that fall through the cracks in our clinic, we watch the net result. The outcome is you have less patients that are engaged and are going through the process. Like I'm saying, we reflect back and we say, okay, what systems are falling through the cracks? What things are not being handled? And inevitably, every single time we've ever gone through these little dips in practice, it's because key systems have been missed. So the process works. When the systems are followed, it works 10 out of 10 times. It's like a law. It works. The variable is human error sometimes in your team. You as the doctor, the team, so myself, my team, forgetting to really engage and work with our systems, because the systems work to get the patients on track. And the reason we want to get the patients on track is because it is so rewarding. You transform their lives. Something that Fred said yesterday, he said, do you want to, what did he say? I'm going to butcher this. He said, do you want to change someone's life, or do you want to change how they're living? Okay, that's what he said. Do you want to change their life or change how they're living? Because a couple of adjustments can change their life. Changing how they're living, that is impactful. That's changing what they do on a daily basis, how they think about things, how they're conducting their life. That is ensuring that you have made a mark on them and their entire circle of influence, their entire family. You are now exponentially more impactful when you don't just change someone's life, which is awesome, but you change how they're living. Okay? You change how they think about things. You change their routine on a daily basis. That's what we need to be striving for. So, with all that said, if you want to learn how to do this, just reach out to us. Grab a copy of our book, which is book.movenowyou.com. You can grab that for free. We'll send it out to you. You can also schedule a demo with our team, and we jump on, take you behind the scenes, show you inside the doctor training portal what it looks like, how the process looks. We can answer some of the common questions that doctors have of, well, how much space do I need? How much staff do I need? Are there any additional costs with this on my end? Equipment-wise, how long does it take to train? How do you train your staff? How do you bill insurance? If I don't take insurance, how do I bill this? How do you make sure patients are engaged, they want this? Those are all the common questions that we hear and we see all the time. It's not our first rodeo. We have literally talked with hundreds of doctors over the last couple of years, and so we've taken all the feedback and the information that we get, and it's really helped us make sure that, one, we're covering all the bases and we're giving doctors what they need. But then two, we're also very, very good at answering these questions because we have solutions for all of these perceived hurdles or problems. That's how this system has evolved, is we make sure we have all the bases covered so that you as the doctor and your team can implement this stuff as seamlessly as possible. So anyway, with that said, pulling up here to the clinic. So this Facebook Live /podcast is coming to an end. Perfect timing. Comment, share us with a chiropractor or someone that you know that you think would benefit from this. Appreciate y'all. Have a great day. We're going to have an awesome impact weekend. So stay tuned. Over and out.